Good evening and Assalamu alaikum everybody. Jai Gurudev to everyone. A big welcome to all of you on this session of Patanjali Yoga Sutras commentary by Shri Shri Ravi Shankar जी. सभी लोगों को स्वागत है. इतने दिनों से हम ईश्वर की बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये ईश्वर के थोड़ा और डेप्थ में गुरुजी जाते हैं. He tells us a little bit more about this ईश्वर. तो कहते हैं, यानी ऐसा बताया गया है, in other words, कि ईश्वर जो है उनकी वाइब्रेशन क्या है, वो भी एक स्पंदन है. वो वाइब्रेशन क्या है, तो उसका अगर स्पंदन, उसका अगर वाइब्रेशन महसूस करना है तो वो होता है ओम के जरिए से. ओम कैरीज दैट वाइब्रेशन ऑफ दैट ईश्वरा विच इज राइट देयर इन द सेंटर. सब बताया गया है. तो आप उसको लोग नाम नाम बुलाते हैं, उसको नाम से बुलाते हैं. ऑल दैट इज ऑल राइट, दैट इज ऑल पॉसिबल. What is important is going into that level of that it creates that vibration. ये वाइब्रेशन से क्या हो जाता है, ये वेवलेंथ से क्या हो जाता है, बाकी सब वेवलेंथ जो मन में चल रहा है ऑफ वांटिंग, ऑफ क्रेविंग, ऑफ अटैचमेंट, ऑफ ये सब सेटल होके फिर वो उस वेवलेंथ में आ जाते हैं. हम हमारी सारी चेतना, हमारे सारे इंद्रिय उस वेवलेंथ में आ जाती है. That's where it is easier to, slightly more easier to experience that peace, that bliss, or whatever we are calling Ishvara. Yeah. In fact, Guruji goes on to say कि like दुनिया में जितने भी चीज है ना, वो लगता है सॉलिड, बट नथिंग इज रियली रियली सॉलिड. कुछ सॉलिड नहीं है यहाँ पर. एवरीथिंग इज वाइब्रेशनल. लगता है ये बॉडी बहुत ठोस है, आई कैन फील इट, इट टैंजिबल लगता है, कोई बात नहीं. लेकिन व्हेन यू द मोर यू स्टार्ट एग्जामिनिंग इट, इसको आप एग्जामिन करके देखते हो तो इट इज द स्किन. स्किन की कंपैरिजन किसके साथ की है? मस्कीटो नेट की जैसे. हमारे शरीर के अंदर जो सबसे मजबूत पार्ट है, जैसे हमारी हड्डी, हमारे बोन्स, if you examine the bones under a microscope, you'll find the bone is very very porous. वो बीच में उसके खड्डा होता है, बोन मैरो होता है उसके. इट इज ऑल वेरी, everything is just hollow and empty space. Whatever we can feel, whatever we can hear, because we are aligned to that wavelength. वो उसकी जो स्पंदन है, उसकी जो वाइब्रेशन है, whatever we are aligned to that vibration, only that we can hear, that we can feel, that we can touch, that we can see. बट ये जो है ये लिमिटेड है. हमारे जो स्पंदन का हम एहसास कर सकते हैं, जो वाइब्रेशन का हम एहसास कर सकते हैं, जिसको कैच कर सकते हैं, वो लिमिटेड है. हमको उस चीज के प्रति जानना है, उस स्पंदन के करीब जाना है, उसके प्रति जाना है जो हमारे इंद्रियों के जरिए से हम उसको एहसास नहीं कर सकते. उसको और अंदर जाके उसको एहसास करना पड़ता है. You have to go subtler and subtler, because that wavelength is so sublime, it is so subtle that the senses are not enough. और सूक्ष्मता के और सूक्ष्मता की ओर जाना है. The in fact, हाँ, everything else is vibration. The principle of mantras, now this is something very interesting to understand. जितने सारे दुनिया में जितने भी मंत्रस है, वो मंत्रस का प्रिंसिपल क्या है? Tapping into that wavelength of that particular thing. तो जैसे कुछ मंत्र है वो गुड हेल्थ के लिए है, कुछ मंत्र प्रॉस्पेरिटी के लिए है, कुछ मंत्र टू ओवरकम चैलेंजेस के लिए कुछ मंत्र है, कुछ मंत्र शील्ड के लिए, कवच के लिए है. ये ऐसा क्यों बना कि कुछ मंत्र शील्ड का काम करते हैं, कुछ मंत्र उसका कुछ प्रॉस्पेरिटी का काम करते हैं, कुछ मंत्रों से हमें संतान होती है? क्यों ऐसा है? क्योंकि हर एक चीज का एक वेवलेंथ है, एक वाइब्रेशन है. तो जो महर्षि थे, they could, in that deepest level of their being, they could tap into the vibration of prosperity. तो उनको पता चला, अच्छा प्रॉस्पेरिटी की वाइब्रेशन है, और ये जो वाइब्रेशन है ये इस मंत्रों के साथ वाइब्रेट करती है, रेजोनेट होती है. तो उन्होंने प्रॉस्पेरिटी के मंत्र बनाए. अच्छा, ऑब्स्टिकल चैलेंजेस के लिए, वीर्य के लिए ये वाइब्रेशन की आवश्यकता है, तो उसके हिसाब से उन्होंने वो मंत्र बनाए कि वो उसके साथ वो रेजोनेट करता है, तो वो हमारे अंदर आ जाती है. तो हर एक चीज को लेकर उन्होंने हर एक चीज का एक वाइब्रेशन उन्होंने खोजा. इसी से तो बना है जो प्राण प्रतिष्ठान करते हैं, जो मूर्तियों के अंदर जो प्राण प्रतिष्ठान करते हैं. तो पता चला ये जो पत्थर है, ये पत्थर का जो वाइब्रेशन वो बहुत लो है, नहीं नहीं के बराबर है, ऐसा नहीं नहीं कह सकते, इट इज सो स्मॉल, इसके अंदर हम ओवरराइट मन, इट इज लाइक सीडी के ऊपर एक ब्लैंक सीडी है, उसके ऊपर यू कैन राइट एनीथिंग। तो उन्होंने क्या करा, पत्थर को लिया जिसका सबसे बेस लेवल वाइब्रेशन है, एंड दे ओवर रोट इट, उसके ऊपर दे ओवर राइट द मंत्रास ऑफ सम ऑफ प्रॉस्पेरिटी, सम ऑफ गुड हेल्थ, सम ऑफ पीस, सम ऑफ ऑल अदर थिंग्स। ये प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का ज्ञान जिसको नहीं है वो समझता है ये मूर्ति पूजा है, ये मूर्ति पूजा नहीं है। तो क्या हुआ, उस मूर्ति के अंदर, उस पत्थर के अंदर वो वाइब्रेशंस डाले हैं, वो ऋषियों ने जिनको ज्ञान था उन्होंने डाले हैं। तो जब जाके आप उस मूर्ति के सामने बैठ जाते हो तो आप भी उस, आपकी वाइब्रेशन जो है उस मूर्ति के वाइब्रेशन के लेवल से तालमेल खाती है, और वी स्टार्ट एक्सपीरियंसिंग दैट। इट्स अ वेरी ब्रिलियंट साइंस, इट्स अ वेरी एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी साइंस, इसको समझना ही ये है। तो ऐसा कहा जाता है सभी वाइब्रेशंस का, ऐसा महर्षि जी ने बताया है और ऐसे गुरु जी कहते हैं कि जितने सारे वाइब्रेशन, जितने सब, सबको आप जब मिलाते हैं, सब जगह इकट्ठा करते हैं तो वो बनता है ओम। इट इज सपोज टू बी द बेसिस ऑफ ऑल द थिंग टुगेदर। तो और इसी से फिर क्या बना है ओम, ओम के बारे में और गुरु जी क्या, देखो जो हमारे अंदर जो, जिस चीज को हम परमानेंट कह रहे हैं, जिस चीज को हम ईश्वर कह रहे हैं, जो चीज हमारे अंदर परमानेंट है, जो शरीर बदल रहा है, मन बदल रही, विचार बदल रहा है, सब कुछ बदल रहा है, लेकिन जो परमानेंट है उस ईश्वर, उसका जो वाइब्रेशन ओम है, दैट इज ऑल्सो परमानेंट। वो समय से बदलता नहीं है, किसी चीज के कारण वो बदलता नहीं, दैट इज परमानेंटली एस्टैब्लिश्ड ओवर देयर, राइट। इसी को लेकर बनता है जपा, जब हम जपा करते हैं तो ऐसा, जपा का मीनिंग क्या बताया देखो गुरुजी ने, जपा जो पूर्णता से आया है वो बना जपा। अब इसको विरुद्ध करके देखो, जो हमें पूर्णता का एहसास दिलाता है हम उसकी उसकी जपा करते हैं। एक बहुत बढ़िया सा उदाहरण दिया है, व्हेन टू पीपल फॉल इन लव, कॉलेज में वो लिखते रहते हैं नाम, आई लव सो एंड सो, लिखते वो, जिनको हम प्रेम करते हैं उनका जपा क्यों करते हैं, क्योंकि वो हमको पूर्णता का एहसास दिलाते हैं। When two people are in love, they feel the other, my partner or my wife or my husband, they complete me। जहां से वो पूर्णता का एहसास हुआ वहां पर जपा चालू करते हैं, नहीं तो जपा करने से हम पूर्णता की ओर जाते हैं। जपा कैन ऑल्सो टेक अस टुवर्ड्स दैट कंप्लीटनेस, लेकिन गुरुजी बताते हैं उसके एक छोटा शर्त है। क्या शर्त है उसका, डू इट विद अ सेंस ऑफ फीलिंग, उस भाव में आके करो, ऐसा ऐसा नहीं है। Allah, 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 Allah. You have to feel that Allah, Ram, 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 Ram. ऐसा you have to feel it. जब आप भाव के साथ करते हो तो फिर हम उसका असर भी देखते हैं। वरना गुरु जी बता रहे थे ऐसा करने करने से नींद लग जाती है, वो नींद नहीं भाई, ये तो इट इज टेकिंग अस टू अ कोर, इट इज नॉट सपोज टू मेक अस फील स्लीपी। ये हमें नींद क्यों आ रही है, नींद आ गई तो समझना इधर भाव की कमी हो गई है, भाव के साथ। अच्छा, दूसरा भी गुरु जी ने क्या कंडीशन बताया, इसको 24 घंटे थोड़ी ना करना है, इसको मंत्र स्नान किया गया, मंत्र स्नान की जैसा इसको उदाहरण दिया गया है। स्नान कब करते हम, दिन में एक बार करते, जहां 2 बार करते, वो 10 मिनट के लिए 15 मिनट के लिए करते हैं।
Jai
Hi,
Gurudev.
Jai
Hi,
Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. How are you?
Excellent,
Well,
excellent.
I'm sorry about this electricity failure over here, but thank you very much, guys. The whole world knows this Kashi Bhaiya, the heartthrob of the foundation. Oh, by the way, I've just got my lines back. देखो आपका नाम लेते ही मेरे lines भी आ गए. Kashi Bhaiya, as you are all aware, he is the heartthrob of this foundation, an amazing person, an amazing yogi. He's so well-rounded in knowledge and literally.
Rounded.
What an amazing person to have with us to share his views on everything that we've discussed so far. So, Bhaiya, once again, big welcome to you and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you. I
Uh,
love doing this. Thank you so much for inviting me, Hassan.
okay, so Bhaiya, if you would like to share anything or you would like me to ask you some questions, how would you like to take this forward? You want to share your inputs or your insights, and then later on I can ask you some questions as well.
Sure. So, for all of us who are watching, for me, Patanjali Yoga Sutra has been something that's such an amazing text, such an amazing insight into the practice of yoga, into the practice of our sadhana. I remember once someone asked Gurudev, can you speak on some other subjects, this, that? And Gurudev said, well, everything is already there. The Narad Bhakti Sutra is all about your relationships and how we relate with the world, how we relate with yourself. The Patanjali Yoga Sutra tells you all about your practice. How do you relate to your practice, which gets you back to your relation to yourself. And the Ashtavakra is about how do you relate to the self directly. So, in all forms, in all formats, everything is already present. And the more I look into the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, for me, listening to Gurudev's talks on the Patanjali Yoga Sutra is my source material. And that is so amazing that every time I listen to it, every time I contemplate about it, and every time I apply it to my life, it just makes me wonder how someone so long ago could talk about how this mind works. And for me, this is just like a manual for the mind. And the more we utilize it, the more it works for us. And uh, these principles are so eternal. It's like the apple fell on Newton and he said gravity, but gravity existed much before Newton. All all Newton did was to actually put it together and make a rule for something, get the laws out for something that was already there. And so for me, this knowledge of Patanjali is timeless. And when we have an insight like Gurudev gives into it, that really allows us mm, to utilize it in our life. Otherwise, it's just an intellectual discussion. And so I always say this, that uh, it does not matter how brilliantly we discuss, what words we put, finally it boils down to the experience that Gurudev gives us. This was never so obvious as when the Sanyam course happened. You know, um, I've been fascinated by the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and having read the sutras, it just didn't make, I mean, I could understand it. The Sanskrit was translated, there are so many translations, there are so many people who have written commentaries. But the day Gurudev did the Sanyam course, for me, that's when the sutras came alive so beautifully. The siddhis that Patanjali talks about, I recognize that without a guru, all of this is completely down the drain. And that's when my whole understanding of Patanjali grew so much more beautiful. And every time I share this, I I always wonder, my God, what all Gurudev is here giving to us. If only we could be much more eligible to receive much more. How much how much further we could all walk on this path. So over to you, Hassan. I
Wow.
would love to take any questions.
Thank you so much for that sharing. Thank you so much for waking us up to what this Hayam is and how powerful these things are. Wow. Bhaiya, tell us of all the sutras in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which one is your most favorite? Which one really, really, you know,
Atha Yoganushasnam, the first one. The very first word Atha means now. And I believe that the whole of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra is all about the now, being in the now, being in the present moment. And if
wow.
we get that, then the rest of the sutras are all just a corollary of that first sutra. So, really, the discipline, that ability for us to discipline our mind to be able to be in the now, that's something that we're all looking for. And if we don't get it in the first sutra, then we need to do all the others to get it finally. So for me, I feel that uh, this, the whole of the Yoga Sutra gets encapsulated in the now. And if you get that done, you're done. Nothing else to do. Then Samadhi, all the
Brilliant.
obstacles, all of that gets sublimated into that one word now. And that's the brilliance of Patanjali, that he can actually uh, say the same thing in such a small, it, that's what a sutra is actually. The fewest words to tell something completely without duplication. And that's what a sutra is actually.
Wow. Bhaiya, the transformations, that's transformation from some of us who've known you over the years. Day by day, you're just growing to be a more and more charming person, a more loving person, a more friendlier person, a more wise person. You're going to be all of this. We can see. What do you see are the changes that the Patanjali Yoga Sutras have impacted in you? What have they brought out in you?
For me, I would say much more than the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It's the delivery from Gurudev. I mean, it's Gurudev's presence, the blessings. You call it whatever you will. I look at uh, that is what powers the Yoga Sutra. I mean, it's like you might have a vehicle, you might have a great car, but unless you have an engine inside it, it's just a piece of metal. I feel that the Yoga Sutra is the outer body and the engine is Gurudev. That is what powers this whole thing. And our enthusiasm, our uh, willingness to walk on this path is the gasoline, the diesel, the petrol, the fuel. So we need to put the fuel again and again, but the engine is there, which is really doing all the work. And what we see is the outside one. So for me, the very fact that we have a guru, and I think this is what makes us all so lucky on this path of the Yoga Sutra. He could have taken any scripture and made it our journey. And I just feel so blessed that we have a guru who can uh, take us on this journey in such a beautiful manner. And the beauty is that he actually tells us at this point of time what is it that we need to be doing. So, for example, the Murugan Rahasyam that Gurudev was talking about the last 3 days, for me, that opened up so much on this path of yoga. There's a small story, once, let me start properly. Once upon a time, long, long ago, far, far away, this happened in the Bangalore ashram. There was a teacher's training program going on. I used to stay in the Bangalore ashram. I got lucky that I didn't do a teacher's training program. That's another story. And there was this teacher's training program happening. And as part of the teacher's training, after lunch, um, people would listen to the Ashtavakra Gita. Now, anyone who has listened to knowledge knows that lunch and knowledge is a very potent combination. And Bangalore was warm at that time. The heat, the um, the the knowledge and the whole experience would lead us into deep states of meditation. तो इतना गहरा ध्यान लग जाता, तो फिर गुरुदेव ने कहा, अच्छा, I will come after the knowledge session and I will ask you to summarize. All of you make notes and summarize. So there was this one person who's a teacher now, of course, they did the teacher's training long, long ago. And he said, Gurudev, आप घुमा फिराकर सिर्फ 2 ही बातें कह रहे हैं इस पूरे वीडियो में, 1 घंटे में आपने सिर्फ 2 बात कही. So Gurudev looked at that person very lovingly and said, oh मेरे प्यारे, मैंने तो एक ही बात कही है. I'm only saying one thing. And so for me, whether it is the Yoga Sutra or the Bhakti Sutra or the Ashtavakra or the Bhagavad Gita or anything else that Gurudev is saying, he's actually saying one thing. And that's what the Patanjali also says, Drushtu Swarupe Avasthanam, to be established in the form of the seer. And the ways to that are so many. Like if you want to get to Bangalore, you can get so many flights that go to Bangalore. You can have so many routes that take you to Bangalore. And of course, I know for sure after the lockdown, there's going to be a big line that's queuing up to get to Bangalore. So just like there are so many ways, I feel that there are so many ways for us to reach that goal that Patanjali talks about. And it's having a guru that makes it possible for us to navigate this amazingly bumpy ride. Just notice what's happening in the world today. When all of this started, lockdown happened, many of us were fearful what would happen. But if you look at what's happening today, many of us have adapted, and it's actually become a feature and not a bug. So many of us are doing so much more work, being so much more effective. So I feel that this is what Gurudev said in that first knowledge sheet, that he said that behind every situation there is knowledge. And so when we are able to take this situation, look at the situation and get that knowledge, that's when we are able to really live that journey. And that's what the Patanjali is all about. How we can make sense of all that's happening around us, the obstacles that come in our life, the path that we need to follow, what are the factors that affect our practice. All of these are so practical ways of going ahead on this path, isn't it, Hassan?
Wow, brilliant, brilliant, Bhaiya. I love the way how you've connected all the knowledge and with the Guru. That's it. With the Guru, all of this makes sense. Otherwise, they're just lying over there. Wow, so nice, Bhaiya. So beautiful, so nice. Bhaiya, one more question. I often get this question throughout this program. Also, I've got this question a lot from ऐसा लोगों का बहुत concern है कि like being I have a profession life, I have a business and all, and so how do I manage all of this together with my life? So if you can share some tips on how all this can be managed, the path of yoga and some obligations we have towards the world and our families and job and earning and salary and all this. आप जरा बताइए how to maintain our abhyasa, how to maintain that dashta sarup. Can you share some tips with us, please? Some encouraging words from you.
तो ऐसा है कि आप इसको आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग ना समझे, ये तो आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग है। जीवन जीने की कला है, छोड़ने की कला नहीं है। सो yoga is not about leaving what we are doing, but about doing whatever we are doing perfectly to the best of our ability. So being in drishtu swarupa does not remove our ability to earn money, does not remove our ability to be a part of society. In fact, it enhances our ability to live in society. So in fact, if we are able to do dirgha kale nairantaryam satkara sevito with anything, if you are able to be at a certain thing, maybe we are practicing to run cross country, and if you do dirgha kale, if you keep practicing regularly nairantaryam without a break, and satkara sevito, you honor your practice, then you will see that your practice becomes dridha bhumi, it becomes really established. So these principles that Patanjali talks about does not take away our ability to be in the world. In fact, it enhances it. And if you notice, look at it, every time we do pranayam, it actually enables us to be much more effective at what we are doing. What does Patanjali say about pranayam? He says tatakshiyate prakashavarnam, removes this veil of that is covering the light, covering the reality. It's all consciousness, yet I think of it as person, object, and so on. When I can see through, then I'm able to deal with my surroundings very differently. All the same emotions, emotional turmoil that happens as we go through life, there is such a big chance that we can skip all of that. And just imagine if we can skip all of that, life could be so much more easier. तो पतंजलि का अभ्यास करने से, इसके तत्व को अपने जीवन में डालने से ऐसा नहीं कि हम जीवन जीना छोड़ देते हैं। इनफैक्ट जो हम जी रहे हैं उसको सही ढंग से जीना हो तो यही तरीका है। तो हम तो यही कहेंगे कि अगर आप सोचो कि योग सूत्रा का मतलब है आपको 3 घंटे रोज सुबह उठकर आसन करने हैं, तो बिल्कुल नहीं। इनफैक्ट हम तो ये कहते हैं कि योग का अभ्यास 24 घंटे करना चाहिए। ऐसा कोई भी पल ना जाए जहां पर आप अभ्यास नहीं कर रहे, और यही तो योग अभ्यास है। अनफॉर्चुनेटली, जस्ट इमेजिन इफ यू कॉल, हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, जेरोक्स कराते हैं, पर जेरोक्स तो एक कंपनी का नाम है, फोटोकॉपियर है जो अलग अलग कंपनी बनाती है, पर हम सबको बोलते हैं जेरोक्स। इसी तरह से योग तो कुछ बड़ा चीज है, पर उसको हम सब कहते हैं आसन को ही हमने योग मान लिया। तो ये जब योग की परिभाषा हम जानेंगे, when we really understand what is the context of yoga, what does yoga really mean, then we see that it's not a burden, but it's actually what makes our life so much more joyful, so much more. And being with Gurudev, he's the perfect example of how this is possible. Just imagine running an organization which is spread across 155 countries and which is run by volunteers. Come on. Even when you have a company that is run by paid employees, you have so much problems. Just imagine where every volunteer is wanting to take it different directions to put everything together and sustain it and run it. It wouldn't have been possible unless it was all these things that's making it happen. So if you really want to be successful in life, I would say implement the principles of Yoga Sutra and you're done, isn't it?
Superb, 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 भैया. भैया, just one more question, थोड़ा technical
Mhm,
side पे. भैया,
mhm.
Maharishi Patanjali, whatever he tells us about abhyasa, about vairagya, about bhakti, what is the correlation between what Maharishi tells us and what Bhagavan Krishna tells us in Gita about dhyan yog, jnana yog, bhakti yog? What is the correlation over there?
You know, if we have a group of people in a room, you can look at them as categorize them as male and female, or you can look at them and say those who are below 18, between 18 and 30, 30 and above, and so on. So there are various ways of looking at the same thing. Patanjali and Bhagavad Gita are just different ways of looking at the same thing. In fact, they talk about the same things. Uh, Bhagavad Gita also talks about Abhyasa and Vairagya, and so does Patanjali. Patanjali does this in a more in a more with more brevity, whereas the Bhagavad Gita is much more elaborate in the way it speaks about yoga. So I would not say that they are talking about different things. It's like you have two textbooks on physics. They're talking about the same thing, but they have their own idiosyncrasies. They have their own way of saying it. So I think that's what I would say is the relationship between Patanjali and Bhagavad Gita. They don't contradict each other, and at the same time, they are very complementary. So you could study the Bhagavad Gita and the Patanjali, and that just increases your idea of what yoga is. That so.
Wow. But yeah, today's session we heard Guruji spoke a lot about Om and the vibrations of Om, and he spoke at length about Om today. Actually,
Mhm.
now you also do a lot of chantings. You are like a pandit yourself, and you do the Rudra chanting and a number of other chantings and all. Can you tell us a little bit more about the importance of chanting, the importance of Om, and what are the right ways and things to do? What should you observe when you're doing these chantings? किस भाव से करना है? Can you give us a little bit more tips for all those people who like to do whether japa, whether chanting, whether anything else? You
Mhm.
can share with us.
You know, Om by itself is not supposed to be done as a japa. For it's only for sannyasis. Basically, what it says is that um, it just makes you mm, transcend society. I mean, when that's how traditional texts talk about the chanting of Om. But you can chant it aloud. That's perfectly valid. That's okay. But it's not supposed to be chanted mentally. Patanjali says that Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Kasya Vachaka Pranav, what is it signifying? Ishvara. So Patanjali very beautifully defines Ishvara, that which has lordship. Now, if I say lordship, for example, this phone that is there in front of me through which I am doing this call, this video call, I have the ability to actually touch the screen and disconnect the call, or I have the ability to not touch the screen and continue the call. So I have a say over what I can do with the phone. But the Gangaji that is flowing in front of me, I'm in Rishikesh, by the way. It's dark now, so I wouldn't be able to show you. But can I change the flow of the Ganga? Well, that's not something I have lordship over. So I have lordship over some aspects of life and some things I don't have. Some other people have more lordship. Maybe the boss of the company has more lordship. The someone who is an employee does not have so much. In your house, maybe your child has lordship over all of you. The child throws a tantrum and then you give in. Who has the say over the TV remote? The child has the say over the TV remote. I'm just taking an example. So in life, everyone has lordship over something and is lorded over by something else. So Patanjali says, what is it that has the ultimate lordship? What is it that is lord of everything? And then he says, well, that is the consciousness. That part of the Purusha, of the consciousness that is untouched, all of that has the lordship. And the way to address that is Om. And that is why chanting Om is uh, is a very potent way of bringing up those qualities of being untouched, of having that lordship. Again, there is no point doing any technique unless it has the sanction of the Guru. The technique is one thing, but it is the intention of the Guru that allows that technique to have some impact. It's like you can have a car, but unless you have put a driver inside it and that driver drives the car, it's never going to reach the destination. The car is not bothered about to reaching the destination, not it's just there as a vehicle. It's the person who sits in it that decides where the car goes. जो कार में बैठता है वो तय करता है कि कार कहाँ जाएगा. कार को कुछ पड़ी नहीं है, जाए न जाए कार तो अपने मस्त वही वैसे ही रहता है. इसी प्रकार टेक्निक कुछ भी हो, चाहे वो ओम चैंटिंग हो, चाहे कुछ और भी हो, चाहे सांस को अंदर बाहर करना हो, वो तो एक माध्यम है. उसको बल मिलता है गुरु के संकल्प से. इट इज द संकल्प ऑफ द गुरु दैट रियली पावर्स that technique. And for me, that's what I've seen Gurudev come up with such amazing techniques. The first time I did the Shakti Kriya, I wondered, oh my God, my Guru can really give me any kind of experience. For me was so amazing. So every time I think of this, just by breathing in a certain rhythm, I'm able to unlock such amazing layers of my own consciousness. So all these techniques are there. Maybe someone will tell you, hey, chant this, chant Om Namah Shivaya, chant, do this, do that chanting. That chanting is so sublime, so divine. But I always wait for it to come from Gurudev's mouth. And when he says it, then it starts working for me so beautifully. Does that make sense what I'm saying, Hassan?
Beautiful. It's the only thing that really adds up. It's the only thing. Everything adds up to really this. It's really beautiful. Very nice. Kashi Bhaiya, there is a lot of people now, they are curious about the Sanyam course also. So the question is there a possibility of having an online Sanyam program? If you can answer that for everybody.
You know, when the online meditation and breath program started, I was so sure that all this can never happen online. But once Gurudev said, let's do it online, and I see that people have had such amazing experiences. So I would say I have no say in the matter. The day Gurudev says it can happen, I'm sure it can happen. But till that time, well, it's not yet been offered as an online format. So whichever programs have been offered as an online format, I would say just go and do that. That's the current way of moving ahead on the path. But get your 4, 5, the more silence courses that you do, better it is. जितना आप silence course ज़्यादा करते हो, जितनी अपनी चेतना को हम सफाई करके, पॉलिश करके, चमका के तैयार रखते हैं, संयम उतने आसानी से होता है. संयम कोई कोर्स से ज्यादा हमारी तैयारी है. गुरुदेव हमारे पहले संयम कोर्स में गुरुदेव ने यही कहा था कि कायदे से तो ये बहुत तैयारी के बाद की जाती है, पर हम ये मान के चलते हैं कि आपने इतने एडवांस कोर्स किए, इतनी तैयारी हो गई, तो इतने सालों से यदि हम साधना कर रहे हैं, इतने sincerity से यदि साधना कर रहे हैं, when we are doing our advanced courses, when we really do that follow an empty and go deeper in the meditations, really culture the consciousness, that's what enables us to come for Zen. I've seen the idea is not to just come and do another course and another tick mark, but when we are really preparing ourselves for that experience, that's when the experience of Sanyam can dawn on us. It's like if you want to thread a needle, सुई धागा आपको सुई में घुसाना हो, आप यदि कोई खटारे बस में बैठकर उबड़ खाबड़ रास्ते पर चल रहे हो, जब आपका हाथ पूरा हिल रहा है, तब आप कभी कतई नहीं डाल पाओगे. When you are in a rickety bus which is going uh, on a shaky road, then you'll never be able to thread that needle. But if you sit in a still place where the lighting is perfect, then you can really thread the needle. So for me, the Sayam course is like threading the needle, and the advanced courses that you do before it are calming down that agitation that stays, that comes with being in life. तो अपने आप को जितना हम शांत कर लेते हैं, उतना हम इसका लाभ उठा पाते हैं.
Very nice. Very nice, Bhaiya. Thank you so much. And Bhaiya, one question has come up from online from Mamta Sharma. Mamta
हाँ जी.
Sharma पूछ रहे हैं कि मूर्ति पूजा श्रेष्ठ है तो अन्य मार्ग ईश्वर ले जाने के लिए सही नहीं है क्या?
हर व्यक्ति के लिए अपना अनूठा मार्ग है. कुछ लोगों को ये पसंद है, कुछ लोगों को वो पसंद है. हमारी वैदिक परंपरा में कभी ये नहीं कहा कि ऐसा करो वरना आप नरक में जाओगे. तो हमेशा यहाँ पर अलग अलग तरह के मार्ग बताए गए. किसी को भक्ति पसंद है तो भक्ति मार्ग से जाए, किसी को कर्म पसंद, कर्म योग कर ले. ज्ञान पसंद है, ज्ञान योग. तो
Wow.
जो आपको उचित, जो आपको सूट करता है, वही आपको दिया जाता है, और आप वही करो. उसमें आपको लाभ, उसमें आपको तरक्की मिलेगी. तो हम ये हमेशा कहते हैं कि गुरुदेव ने यहाँ पर आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग में सारे पथ तैयार करके रख दिए. यहाँ भक्ति भी है, भजन कीर्तन होते हैं, पूजा पाठ होती है, यहाँ पर ज्ञान भी है, इस तरह से चर्चा होती है और कई लोग सत्संग में आते हैं. यहाँ पर कर्म भी है, इतनी सेवा प्रोजेक्ट्स चलते हैं, जहां आपका मन लगे आप उसमें चले जाइए. राजयोग भी है, ध्यान भी कराते हैं, हठ योग भी है. जो आप मांगो यहाँ सब कुछ मिलेगा. इसलिए ये जैसे हाइपर मार्केट, सुपर मार्केट जैसे है, जहाँ सब कुछ मिलता है, और जो आपको चाहिए उसी को लेकर आप उस पर आगे चलिए. हाँ, ये जरूर है, मुझे ये पसंद है तो बाकी सबको भी यही पसंद होना चाहिए, ये तो गलत. So there's no point in saying that if I like this, everyone should also walk the same path. And that's what I feel is Gurudev's amazing contribution to this spiritual path, that we have such a complete path here that allows everyone to walk together. That's what I see in the art of living. There are so many types of people. हर किस्म के प्राणी, जैसे शिव जी के गण में हर शेप और साइज के गण होते थे, ऐसे ही हम देखते हैं गुरुदेव के साथ हर प्रकार के लोग, चाहे कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में सबकी ऊंचाई पर हो, चाहे वो गांव से हो, चाहे वो दुनिया के किसी भी कोने से हो, सब गुरुदेव के से जुड़कर इस पद पर चल रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि ये सबके लिए उपयोग उचित है. तो आपको जो पसंद है आप उसी पद पर चलिए और आपको भी मिल जाएगा.
Wow. Bhaiya, you really nailed it. You've really explained so much. In your one answer, you answered many other questions also. अलग अलग तरह के question आ रहे हैं मुझे, and you've kind of taken up so many. You answered so many of those questions with your answer. You really nailed it. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Possibly the last thing that I can ask you before I let you go is, Bhaiya, what is your message to all the viewers, particularly relating to the COVID times, and the message relating to Patanjali Yoga Sutras and how it will help them in this COVID times? What would you like to tell them?
I would say just be sincere and know that there is help. ये जान लो कि गुरु हैं और इस रास्ते पर हम अकेले नहीं हैं. Just know that we're all in it together and help is there. जो भी काम, जिनको भी चलना है इस पथ पर, know that you're protected, and this life is much more than what we know it as. So पतंजलि का अध्ययन करें और जितना हम सब इस तरह से सत्संग में आते हैं तो और अच्छे से हो ही जाता है. So in one word, just know, just chill, just know that you're protected, you're all taken care of. गुरु की कृपा सब पर इसी तरह से बरसती रहे और हम सबको अपने लक्ष्य तक पहुंचाए. May Gurudev's grace shower upon all of us like this and take us to our goal, whatever that is, material, spiritual, and maybe find the fulfillment that we're all looking for in life. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us your time, for sharing your knowledge, and continue to shower your blessings upon all of us. And we look forward when this lockdown can get over. We can again meet up soon in person, whether in the ashram or in Rishikesh or somewhere. And
Sure.
yeah, if you can tell us when is your next course, Bhaiya. Last question. You tell us when is your next course so that a lot of viewers would want to know about your next course when it is coming up.
Sure, I keep teaching almost every week. Next week I'll be teaching the teachers training, so I'm not doing a course. But next week I'll be teaching one. All my programs are available at y4u.in/meditation. You can go to my Instagram profile and you'll see all my upcoming courses there. It's one page for all the upcoming courses. So
Awesome.
D Kashikar on Insta or Twitter. You can go and look up my profile link and you'll find all my upcoming courses there.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Bhaiya.
much.
Thanks a lot. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for your time. Thank you for sharing. And we
And
may like to
Hassan, you're doing an amazing thing. I just love this way in which you're so sincere and you're doing so much. More power to you, man.
Bhaiya. Thank you. Keep your blessings coming. Thank you so much.
So for all our viewers, thank you so much for joining with us. We have just 2 days left and a lot of surprises coming ahead. Today we had Kashi Bhaiya with us. Very happy to share that tomorrow we are going to have Swami Purna Chaitanya ji with us. And it's really a blessing for us that these wonderful yogis are really gracing our sessions, our last 3 sessions. So make sure that we are all in attendance and really listening to their wonderful talk and their wonderful stories. And just 2 things which I think stayed with me, what Kashi Bhaiya said is, art of living is not about leaving things in our life. Yoga is not about leaving the things that we have in our life. It's about enhancing our ability so that we can lead our life in a better way. And he also said that we just need to be sincere and know that there is help, there is someone to protect us. And we're very blessed to have Gurudev who's navigating us through this bumpy ride. Yeah. So keep those thoughts with you. Jai Gurudev.